Alright, let's talk about a topic I feel like I rarely talk about in general, which is just like why coding, you know? Why did I dedicate, maybe 2 years of my life towards a career which I low-key hate occasionally? And it's just like the simple answer is there's this YouTuber called Michael fucking Reeves, and I thought he was the shit back then. I was like, all right, this is super cool and like super awesome. I'm gonna get to college. I'm gonna like get a degree. Like I'm shit at coding, but like college is gonna do everything. It's gonna teach me how to do that and like be super cool and like super awesome. And I'm gonna have like really cool projects to work on them. And then uh yeah, no, that's just not what happened. Yeah, instead I got a or I don't have a degree, but like I'm 2/3 of the way in, and like I realized, man, this shit sucks ass half the time. Like I hate it here, bro. Just like constant grinding, constant just like stressful sleepless nights where I just don't even know if I'm gonna get a project done or not, or even done on time. Because either like I'm getting cooked by like 10 other things, or just like my teammates just aren't doing their work, or like low-key in some ways, since I'm getting cooked from another class, I can't pull my weight as a teammate. So, whatever the case is, I just get like consistently cooked in my classes. But it's like, despite all of that, I somehow make it through and like I make it to the end of the semester. And low-key, just despite how bad shit feels sometimes, I'm arguably doing pretty good for like, all things considered, with like everything going on, my workload, extracurriculars, um, like general drive and not going insane. So it's just like, with that being said, if I clearly hate it, why do I keep going? And the answer is because, like, it's not that bad, It's, like, not terrible. When I get to it and where I actually have to take it seriously, coding is actually, like, really fun and super cool because at the end of the day, it is just a skill set. Like, it's something okay, I got my ass beat. Um, it's a skill set. It's just something where you, like, put a bunch of time and effort into learning something, and then eventually you like get good at it, and it's like problem solving. You have an issue that you want to like do something with. If you put in enough effort, I'm sure you can find a way to solve your problem. It's just like what kind of problem and like how important is that to you. And usually I don't have many problems that I care that much about, and this guy's being annoying. Okay, I swear to God, I'm better at PvP than this, but anyways, back to the topic. It's just like the problems are actually pretty cool and pretty awesome when you actually have something to solve, or just like when you have an idea, it's really just like the creative process again, where you have an idea, you want to build something, and then like the thing that sucks the hardest though is like there's so many problems with just trying to build something. It's like, imagine if the tools you have just like randomly decide to stop working halfway through for some reason, and you don't know why. It's like, imagine if your hammer just stopped being a hammer for some reason, and like you have to look up 20 different tutorials of just like, why is the hammer not hammering? Because it works on one computer, but like it doesn't work on the other for some reason, even though it is the exact same file system. Or just like for some reason it'll work one day and then randomly out of nowhere it just decides to break and you don't fully know why. That is just what technol uh the current issues I've had with my current computer right now. It is just like, I had this computer for roughly maybe like 4 years at this point, and then just out of nowhere, I plugged this shit in like 2 days ago, and then it just decides to stop working for some reason. Like I'm not able to use my second monitor at all, and then just like, yeah. So it's just like stuff like that is just problematic and just always there in my major for some reason. Where shit will just stop working for some reason and I don't know why. But you know, after going through the semester, like I did learn a lot about my field and like a bunch of different software things and topics that like I think are low-key kind of goated and like kind of sick and really awesome. But like what it took to get there was just like I could have gone without the stress, man. Like I could have gone without those sleepless nights. Like the thing about college is like it really prepares you to like get your shit together, and I am just not that person academically. Because like I'm gonna be honest, half of the stress of my major just is self-inflicted because I do that shit to myself, dude. It's like I have a project or an assignment that they give me roughly 2 weeks to work on, and I just dick around and do nothing with it for like maybe like a week or two, and then I'm finally like, oh shit, the project's due in 2 days, let's do it. But see, the thing is, everyone's like that. Or almost everyone's like that in my major. So it's just like, oh, god damn it, dude. But yeah, if we're talking about the shit that I actually learned this semester, it's just like, I didn't get really good, but I got a lot better with web development a lot faster than I normally did. Don't get me wrong, the shit I write is still kind of low-key ass. Like, you can tear it apart within like 5 seconds of looking at it. But from going from never having touched the shit before to like having a finished demoable project, that's like pretty cool. Especially with different fields too. Like what was the things I learned this semester? Uh it was just starting out with first semester. I had to like take this class for like a project design course where we just build something for an entire semester. And like I was like, "Hey, what if we do web development?" Because I want to be a web developer, and honestly, it's really easy. HTML and CSS like is baby. You can like learn that shit and just copy and paste someone else's website if you really want to. Oh god damn it, I don't default damage. Dude, I swear to God, I'm so much better. I don't know why all the sweats are on right now. But it was like I did that and then so I learned React and how that works. React is just like let me explain shit very terribly and very incorrectly. A library built on JavaScript, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And so I learned that. I learned like the bare minimum you need to actually know about React to get a functioning product working, and that's just here's how you make a web page, and then like here's how you make different pages. Like I didn't learn any of the things that make React actually like useful or meaningful in any way. I just use it as a glorified like, okay, here's how I make a page and pages go burr, and like I use it so badly. It's not optimized at all. Like there's definitely ways I could do it, where it's like at the very least use like props or like state to like maybe handle some what's it called, dynamic shit, or just like where I don't have to copy and paste everything and use it like a glorified function with parameters. And then like yeah, I just like don't know how to do that because I never took the time to actually learn how to do it. And it's just like there's that. There's like my shitty experience with web development where it's just like I am low-key really bad at it, but like I keep somehow getting in positions of power. Which is just like I'm just very convincing to people who don't know what I'm talking about, I guess. Um and that's like the fun thing, but like terrible thing. It's just like to people who actually know what I'm talking about, they're like, "What are you doing, bro? What are you yapping about? You are not making sense." But like I just hold it together with like a veneer of confidence. And that's funny in its own right. But yeah, if we're talking like actually staying back on topic, if we're talking about why I actually stick with the major, it's just like it is hell on earth half the time, but like I think no matter what I chose, it was always going to be like that because I'm just lazy when it comes to shit that like I actually have to do. If it's not something like I don't have to do, I will just like push it off until like I can't anymore, because projects and deadlines are the only thing that keeps me going with stuff like that. Like, if CS wasn't actually like my major and it was just a hobby, I think I would honestly be 10 times better at it because I would just have more motivation to actually do it. Like, I see in the other stuff where it's like, it's not even something I have to do, but it's just like something I feel like doing. And I'm like a lot better at it for some reason. Probably because, hey, that's crazy. I actually have the motivation and drive to do it. And it's just like I see glimpses of it. I see glimpses of it in myself where it's just like, oh wait, this is actually kind of goated. Like actually building and designing a project is like really cool and really awesome and like super dope. But then I actually have to like then one small issue comes up and I don't know how to solve it and then I'm back to hating it entirely and then just wishing I changed my major. 'Cause like okay. Damn it, dude. Because, like, when I had to actually sit down and build a game for, like, a class, I was like, wait, this is actually really fun. And, like, wow, I built this shittily designed level within, like, 5 minutes or maybe, like, 2 hours. And I had, like, a month to work on it. What would have it actually looked like had I actually spent the month to do it? Like, it would have been 10 times better and it would have been something I could actually show other people. But like, no, I decided for some reason, let's spend the last 2 days before it is due actually doing the assignment. And like, yeah, I think I was doing it straight up. No, it was day of. I was like, you know what? This is the only time I have to work on it. Let's work on it. So I sat down with my shitty laptop and like made a fuck ass level where I ripped assets from just like um Unreal Engine's like library. Like it's a thing called Fab where you just make some basic shit or just like steal some assets, and I was just like, all right, let's just slap this here and then like let's drag a platform and just like what if this platform moves, and just like yeah, that's how it started. And then like it was low key good enough for the project, but it was not my best work in any means or like any sense of the word. But hey, it got the job done, and like that's all that mattered. I ended up in that final project getting an A, which is kind of the crazy thing, but um, I guess they're just lenient graders. If we're talking about other projects too, what was something else I've contributed to? Yeah, let's talk about Spimbot. So basically, I had like this project where I was supposed to, it was again another maybe like 2 week long assignment where like I was supposed to start a long time ago. And like me and my lab part, okay, it's like a duo, so it's kind of like on the both of us. But me and my lab partner were just like, we don't have time to actually work on this shit. We were both getting cooked by another class, like probability and statistics. Dude, I hate people who play like that. Probability and statistics. And yeah, I was scared I would not pass the class, so that was my main priority in terms of like getting shit done, especially since I think a project was due for that. And then I immediately had like a game dev project I was supposed to be working on. So yeah, 233, I guess doxing myself a little bit. Computer architecture was just like not my priority in that case. But I did it. Like it didn't work. We spent roughly like maybe 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours of our time just trying to debug and code it and like make a viable product. But then it got to the point where it was just like it does not make sense to keep working on this. The project's due in like 2 hours. We are not fixing it. Especially since like we don't even have basic movement. Like when you ran the code, it pretty much looked like nothing happened. We could have just spent that hour literally doing anything else, and we would have still had the same outcome. So I think when it got to that point, we were just like, it is not worth it to do it anymore, and then we gave up. So, I mean, with that being said, CS is goated. I love it. I'm never changing my major, even though I low-key should. So, yeah. I just want to end the video on a W, but I don't think we're gonna get that. Damn it, he was half a heart. Fuck it, I don't care. But yeah, that's the end of the video.